Hi, everybody. This is Danielle, and I want to talk a little bit about my experience with Elaine. So, um, I met Elaine completely by accident. The way I discovered her was sort of funny because I wasn't looking for an energy healer, I was looking for a doctor. I was at a job that was making me physically and mentally, emotionally sick, and I was looking for a doctor on Yelp. I typed in a name, and Elaine came up, which was so funny because she's very she's a medical intuitive, but it's not what I was expecting. She came right up, and I saw her face, and I was immediately drawn to her, and I said, I need to call this woman. I've never felt like that before. I've never, been so drawn to someone where I had to call them like right away. And I didn't call her at first, and it kept like tugging at me. I'm like, call this woman like now. She will help you. She's going to help you. And I didn't know how she was going to help me. I didn't know what she was going to do for me. But I went to her website. I read a little bit about her. I read some reviews, testimonials, and I just knew energetically that she was going to be the person to help me. I just knew it. So I went into the restroom at my work. It was like a private bathroom where no one could hear me, and I left her a message. Thinking, I'm like, she's not going to get back to me. She's never going to call me back because she probably has a million people calling her a day, which she does. A lot of people call her every day. And, who am I? Like, she's never going to call me back. Well, she called me back that night. When something is right for you and meant for you, it will come to you. So trust that. And she sensed what was going on with me immediately. And one little bit of reassurance she gave me is that what I was feeling was not my own. And she would later confirm that when we talked more at her studio. So I didn't make the appointment with her right away. I thought about it, and I'm like, is this really for me? Like, am I ready to undergo a huge, massive change in my life? And yes, was the answer. So within a couple of days, I gave her a call and I scheduled the appointment. And it's not like a regular like therapy session. It's not like a regular healing session. If you've ever had Reiki done, it's not like a 1 hour Reiki session. This is like, we talked for I think 7 hours we talked for. When we were done talking, it was like midnight when she put me on her table to do the healing, the actual healing. But let me tell you, when I met her, I was very anxious because I didn't know what to expect. But then when I actually went into her studio and sat down, I felt a tremendous peace that I had never felt before. It was the most beautiful, wonderful feeling. I felt like I was in the presence of angels and guides and the most beautiful spiritual energy that I ever experienced before. So I was not afraid. And we had some tea, delicious tea that she served me so graciously. And immediately she started telling me things about myself that I had not told her, and that there would be no way for her to know. And a lot of the stuff she said confirmed that I was experiencing problems that were not my own. And let me explain this. I discovered that I am an empath, which means I have the ability to sense feelings and emotions so strongly that I actually take them on as my own. So I could be sitting next to someone who's talking about, feeling upset about something or like feeling sick, and I will actually start to feel that way too. It's not psychological, it's an actual spiritual, it's part of my path in life, I guess. I do feel and sense what people are thinking a lot of the time, and it actually can make me sick. So when somebody's really anxious around me, it's almost like I catch their anxiety. And I will go home and I will feel anxious for days for no reason. Elaine showed me why that was happening, and what to do about it. And that was the number one major, major step in my life. Instead of using my empathy as, an excuse to feel bad about myself, I could use it to enhance my life purpose, which is to help heal other people. And Elaine is a healer's healer. She's also a healer for anybody, but for me, she's a healer's healer because she, eliminated a lot of self-doubt in me. I was feeling a lot of low self-esteem, anxiety, anger, frustration. She goes, no. She goes, these are not your feelings and thoughts. And in this particular case, she was right. I mean, maybe other people that go to Elaine may be feeling emotional issues that are their own, but a lot of this was not my own. A lot of it was taken on for years from other people. So I'm like a sponge, and I was absorbing stuff like this, and Elaine helped me to release that to the light. And I've been practicing this, releasing these energies to the light. And it's been the most liberating experience of my life. When we actually finished talking, and by the way, during our time talking, our 7 hours of talking, I learned so much from her. Elaine is brilliant. She's an empath herself. She has the ability to sense your pain, and actually she can scan your body for pain, and she actually absorbs it into herself. That is how amazing her gift is. Once she absorbs it into herself, she knows how to transmute that energy, to a higher place. But she knew that I was having really bad back pain. She explained why. And I had issues with my solar plexus area. I had a lot of attachments to people from the past that were a lot of cords, energetic cords. During our healing session, she was able to remove from me. It was sort of like almost like an entity. And I felt myself coughing up the energy at the end of the session. It was a life-changing, unbelievable, amazing experience, and it was not scary. So I will advise you to not be afraid if you go to Elaine. There is nothing scary about it at all. It is the most uplifting, enlightening, beautiful experience. And I can't really tell you what will happen for you because every session is different. All I know is that I learned that I came on this planet to be a healer, to help other people. And although I myself am not perfect, Elaine has given me so many tools to help myself and others. And I am so tremendously grateful. Elaine will always be a part of my life, and she'll always be in my heart, because that's the kind of person that she is. When you're done with the session, she doesn't just leave you. She actually will follow up with you to make sure you're doing okay. And you know that you have someone who knows more than what you know on a spiritual level. She can see energy, she can see things, she can see patterns in your life that you can't identify because you're so stuck in your own crap, basically. But she has a very elevated point of view, and she can see it, and she can help you to make those changes immediately. But you have to be willing to make the work, to do the work, to make it work, basically. But if you're watching this video, that means that you're probably on the road to healing, and that this might be a sign for you to do something good for yourself and go see Elaine. So I, without reserve, recommend her to you. Please go see her. She will change your life, and you will never be the same. And I mean that in the best way possible. Thank you so much.